Welcome to my top 10 platinum trophies of the year. So in 2023, I've gained over 70 platinums, some of which were short and easy, while others were much longer and more difficult. Honestly, I've platinumed a lot of incredible games this year, making choosing just 10 much harder than I thought. But in the end, I decided on games that I really enjoyed from start to finish, as some games, you love them for the first like 80%, but then they have some stupid or annoying grindy trophies towards the end, dampening your enjoyment, like Mafia 2's Wanted posters or Assassin's Creed 2's Feathers, for example. I also only included one game per series. So, without further ado, stomping in at number 10, Armored Core 6. Needing 3 playthroughs for all the different endings and you having to closely follow a guide is the main reason for its position down at number 10, rated an 8 out of 10 for difficulty and taking over 50 hours. This one definitely isn't for everyone, and honestly, I had no idea if I'd enjoy it, since the only time I'd ever played an Armored Core game was way back on the PS2. Fortunately, although hard, I enjoyed my time with it. Coming in with killer 80s vibes at number 9 is of course GTA Vice City. For this platinum, you need 100% completion. It's rated a 3 out of 10 difficulty and clocks in at about 45 hours. I enjoyed this platinum so much, I actually did it twice. Once for the PS5 back in January, and then again recently for a video in November. And even though Vice City is one of my all-time favourite games, it does have a lot of busy work, so that's why it only comes in at number 9. But I just couldn't make this list and not include it. So I've done GTA 3 and Vice City on the channel, so of course I'm really excited to jump into San Andreas and GTA 5 at some point in the future. Slashing its way to number 8, Wukong Fallen Dynasty, a game that I absolutely love playing. A Souls-like based on the Chinese badasses from the Three Kingdoms. From one of my favourite series, Dynasty Warriors, count me in. And the game didn't disappoint, rated at 6 out of 10 and taking around 40 hours. No missables and only one playthrough. I enjoyed every moment of this game and I cannot wait to jump into its DLC in the future. The only reason this isn't higher on the list is because Gan Ning wasn't in the game. I'm just joking, of course. Bouncing in at number 7, Sackboy A Big Adventure. Coming in with a rating of 5 out of 10, though for me personally it was more like an 8 out of 10 because I absolutely suck at platformers, and taking about 30 hours. I couldn't get enough of it, to be honest, with a few collectibles and some miscellaneous trophies. If you haven't played this game, go play it and thank me later. You're welcome. Coming in loud at number 6, the Dead Space remake. Pretty much a perfect remake in my opinion, improved gameplay, graphics, and even extra content that wasn't even in the original. What isn't to love about this game? Rated a 4 out of 10 and taking about 40 hours. You'll need 3 playthroughs, one of which being the impossible mode, where if you die, your save gets deleted. There is, however, a way around this, and it's of course the great cloud save feature. I, however, didn't use it. If you enjoy third-person horrors and haven't played this, well, what are you even doing? Swinging in at number 5, we've got SpiderMan II. Now, this one was hard to place. I could have easily put this much higher on the list, with it being an improvement over the first game in almost every way. It was also very similar to that game, with a rating of 3 out of 10. Really? A 3? And taking around 30 hours, you'll need to get 100% in all of the districts and do a few fun miscellaneous trophies. Everyone has this platinum, so there's not really much else to say. I do have a video on it, however, if you want to go check that out. Shuffling in at number 4, a game that I honestly didn't even expect to enjoy. Never mind it be in my top 10 and this high up, which is Daymare 1994 Sandcastle. After playing Daymare 1998 and finding it to be pretty crap, like 3 out of 10 crap, I didn't expect much from its follow-up, and oh how I was wrong. Should it be this high up? Maybe not. Is it an absolutely incredible game? Maybe not. But after playing the first and then genuinely loving this one, I couldn't help but give it props. Not only that, but it has a great trophy list, and there's no guide, but I'd say it's probably a 3 out of 10 difficult and takes around 15-ish hours. You'll need 2 to 3 playthroughs, 1 blind, one to get everything you missed, and then one on hardcore in under 4 hours for an S rank. Like all good horror games though, you can unlock infinite ammo, which makes your hardcore run a breeze. Just like with Dead Space, if you enjoy third-person horror, check this one out. I will have a video on both Daymare games sometime next year, so keep a lookout for those. Honestly, I really hope we get another one. Drifting in at number 3, I have The Crew Motorfest. Having loved The Crew 2, I knew I'd enjoy this one as well. What I didn't know is just how much fun I would actually have. Coming in with a 3 out of 10 difficulty and taking 30-ish hours, this one is fun from the word go till you cross the final finish line. With incredible gameplay variety, a fun colourful world to explore, and a great trophy list, I ended up spending well over 60 hours in Hawaii and still had more to do. You know you have a winner on your hands when you platinum a game and then continue to play. Chopping its way into number 2, we've got Dead Island 2, a game that could have easily turned out horrible because of how long it was in development hell, but after years of delays, it finally released and actually ended up being one of my favourite games of the year. Having already played and loved the 2 previous games back on PS3, I knew I was going to enjoy it and have fun once I'd actually got the controller in my hands. With a difficulty rating of 3 out of 10 and taking around 20 hours, it's one I enjoyed the whole way through and was actually my first platinum video. Let me know if you'd be interested in the PS4 versions of Dead Island 1 and Riptide. And now, finally, moving in to my number 1 spot. If you paid close attention to some of the other games on this list and know my favourite series of all time, you might be able to guess it. It's, of course, the Resident Evil 4 Remake. Taking around 50 hours with 7 playthroughs and a rating of 6 out of 10, each playthrough is pretty much just as fun as the others, thanks to unlocks and fun challenges and a fun trophy list. The remake holds up a high bar the original set. Unfortunately for me though, I got this platinum just before I started making videos, but fortunately, I do have a video on the Separate Ways DLC. And that's my 10 favourite platinums of the year.